Hello friends, how are you doing? I have seen tons of videos on the internet by marriage and relationship bloggers, content creators, and even counselors that go with a particular narrative. That narrative put the responsibility of the success or the failure of marriages and relationships on the women. Some even go as far as bashing women. You hear things like, if your husband go outside to meet with other women, it is your fault. All manner of things. Please, that is very manipulative, biased, and inhumane. The success or the failure of any relationship or marriage is determined by the two parties in the relationship, the man and the woman. We know that there could be difficult men or difficult women in relationship that it doesn't matter what their partner does, they find it difficult to make the relationship work. But if we were to hold one person responsible for the success or the failure of any marriage or relationship, who should we hold responsible? The man or the woman, the wife or the husband? Well, I'm going to answer this question from three perspectives: the spiritual perspective, the social perspective, and the biological perspective. From the spiritual perspective, we saw that when Adam and Eve were united in the garden and sin came through the serpent coming to the garden to deceive them, the serpent came through Eve. He manipulated Eve, and then Eve was able to also relate to Adam. But when God came to them, God did not ask Eve, even though the serpent came to the garden through Eve. Why? Because the man is the one that God has given responsibility over the home, over the garden. So spiritually, God holds men responsible for the success of their homes. I know we have seen scripture like Proverbs 31 that talks about the virtuous woman and how she can keep her home. Wonderful. If peradventure you have a very virtuous wife, a virtuous wife that God has given you, there are women who are standing to make their home work. Kudos. But whether you married a virtuous man or woman, the man has the major responsibility to make his home work. Secondly, socially, when you go to an organization or an institution and the institution is failing or succeeding, who do you hold responsible and who do you praise for it? Of course, it is the head. Even though there are shareholders in the company, even though there are a staff and several dimensions of leadership in an organization, yet the head of that organization is the one that is held responsible. Your casual staff, your unskilled staff, your skilled staff can lead to the direct growth or diminishing of that organization, yet it is the head, either the CEO or the managing director or the general manager. There's someone that is held responsible for the success or the failure of that organization. Even in our national lives, when we have challenges, national challenges, we hold the president responsible, even though the president may not be directly in charge of Ministry of Education, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Defense, yet we hold him responsible because we have delegated the power of leadership to the president. Some problem in the nation may not be directly caused by the president or the presidency, but yet the president has sole responsibility because he is the head. Thirdly, biologically, the Bible makes us understand that men are the stronger vessel. Why? He said we should deal with women as a weaker vessel. Physically, men are stronger. And in several other dimensions, we find that men are stronger than the women. Biologically, we understand that the man determines the gender of the offspring. So, biologically, it is evident that the man is in charge of the home. So, it beats my imagination when I see content that seems to bash women and make them look as if they are the cause of the failure or the success of their home. I'm going to be making some videos to open our understanding to this dimension. But I want to speak to every man out there. You are in charge of your home. Being in charge is not being possessive, being forceful. You have the God-given wisdom, the God-given strength, the God-given ability to Turn your home into a success. It is in there. You have the potentials in there. When you go in, you will see that your home can still work. Stop blaming your wife. Stop blaming every other factor. Take charge of your home and reclaim your home and make it sweeter. This is not to make the women irresponsible in building their homes. There are some women who are in a relationship with difficult men. Of course, you have to stand to build your home. But I'm speaking to every man here to take responsibility over their marriages. If you have a wife or a woman who is taking responsibility to make the home work, kudos. Whether you have that or not, men, we have the God-given privilege to take responsibility for the success of our home. Take charge and you will succeed in that marriage. I'm going to continue on subsequent videos to expatiate on this matter. Your own marriage must work.